Hi, I'm Peter and welcome to Peter Evans Art. Today we're going to draw a simple sloth character laying, or sleeping should I say, on a branch. And then I'm going to show you how I use watercolour pencils to add colour to make it look effective. Let's get started. So at the moment we're going to start with the tree branch, and you can just draw a bit of a line, a bit of a bumpy line like so, another bumpy line like so. This is their tree branch. My sloth's going to be fitting on here, so the body, I'm drawing an oval shape and it's going to overlap the tree branch. Then what I'm going to do is from the back, I'm going to bring the back leg in and then down like so, and his leg is going to be hanging over the edge of the tree. So he's asleep, this sloth, or he or she is asleep. This leg is behind the tree on the other side, dangling down as well. Now to do the claws, we might do them at the end. I've got the two back legs. Before I do the front legs, I'm going to put the head on. And now the head is a circular shape, and that's going to sit just on there. I'm going to rub out the body part there because the head's going to show. I'm going to rub out the tree line because I don't want to see that anymore, and where this leg is in front of the tree. So at the moment, I got the head, the two back legs. Now we're going to put on the front leg, and that's just going to hang down there like he's really tired. Come back up into there, and I'm going to rub out the lines here. That would be behind, that's sort of in front of the tree. The next shape I'm going to bring down is his other leg there. Now to draw the head, we're going to draw a bit of a curved line in about halfway, another curved line around like so. We're going to put the nose, which is an oval shape, in the middle of just underneath the middle. So if I was to cut that in half, just underneath the middle, and he's happy because he's asleep. And then we're going to put the eye area in. They have a lighter patch on their face and a darker patch around there. Then we're going to put, as he's asleep, a couple of little lines. And if you want to, you could put a couple of little eyelashes on the end if you want to make it look a little bit different. Now let's say this sloth, we wanted to make it look a little bit furry. We can just put a couple of little spikes of hair along these lines just to sort of make it look a little bit hairy. And then the very last thing we're going to do on our drawing is put the finger on. They've got really long claws to help them climb and grip onto the trees. And they've got 3 on each. So they come down, rounded, and get a little bit thinner as they come down. So I'm just going to do 3 on each of these. And that leg's back a bit further, so I've made them a bit smaller. And there we have our basic drawing of our sloth. And when we go to outline it, we can put on some of the details and take some of them off. Now it's time to add the Sharpie over the outline of this. So I'm using an ultra fine Sharpie. I've got my paper underneath so it doesn't go through onto the table, and I'm just going to go over my lines. Now his head's slightly on the tree, so we'll get rid of that line there. And I'm just going to pop a couple of those little bits of hair just to show that it's fur. And then I've simplified these areas. When we're looking at drawing animals and turning them into cartoons, we can simplify things into shapes. And that's what a lot of cartoons are. They're just simplified into shapes. Now, because there's this funny little bit there, I'm just going to make his arm come down and hide that bit. And bring it back on itself, the belly, and then make this back leg a bit wider to match the front one. bring that back around. A couple of little bits of spiky bits, and I like odd numbers, so that's why I've got 3 there and 3 there. There's another rule of odds. Can look pretty good. And being super careful to go over these claws because they're quite thin. And these ones I'm just going to do as lines coming down and then just sort of round off the end there because they're kind of small. If I was to draw it bigger, I would have been able to get into those bits a bit easier, but I didn't. And this is the tree branch. Now to make it look like a tree, we might put some lines in the tree, like some wood lines, and that can make it look effective. We might even put, like, you know how they have the knots in the tree, just a couple of little lines there to make it look a little bit more like that's the tree. We could even put leaves and branches coming off, but I'm happy with that. The next step is to make sure you grip your paper and rub out some of those pencil lines. And there we have the outline of our sloth ready for some colouring. Now it's time to add some colour. I've chosen 2 browns, and around the face it's going to be nice and light just in that front section. And then I'm adding some darker brown for the rest of the sloth. And you can see that I've sped up the video just to show you, but I'm colouring in following the direction of the sloth and just laying down some of my watercolour pencils. I'm using some Brunswick watercolour pencils. I've used a darker brown on the tree, and you can see I'm laying it down heavier on the bottom areas where there might be a bit of shading. And I'm also putting some darker areas on the sloth to also make where the shadows are. And just finished off my, I'm just adding a little bit more layering on the logs and some darker areas. Now I've got my water. I dip my brush in the water, wipe most of the water off, and then I turn these watercolor pencils into paints. Now you want to try and keep your painting, the wet areas, away from each other so that they don't blend into each other. And just swapped over to a thinner, smaller brush, and I'm trying to keep some of the darker areas showing. So the less water and the heavier colour your pencil, the darker it's going to be. And then what we can do is, you can see that I'm doing all the darker bits first, and then I'll use a bit more water on the lighter areas to make it a bit lighter. Too much water though, and it can bleed and smudge into each other. Now you'll notice that I've come back and done around the face once the lighter colour was dry. That way it avoids bleeding the colours into each other. You can also see that I am just doing the top bit now and then sort of smoothing it in and blending it out with each other to make it look effective. Keep dipping into the water every now and then, but wipe the water off. You don't want too much water on your paper. Try not to go over the same spot too many times as well with this cheaper paper that I'm using. Just had another look at my sloth, and it's a bit boring with just those colours. So I thought I'd introduce some light blue into the sky. This is a watercolour pencil. So I've just got a bit of light blue pencil to pop in and around the sloth. And I'm just going to put some light blue up and around him. Not all the way, just some of that bit, and then I'm going to get my bigger watercolour brush this time and I'm just going to turn that to paint, and it's so light that it's almost hardly even see it, but that just sort of adds a bit of effect. I may even do something else to make that look a bit cooler too. Just finish putting some water on here, blend it out. That's such a nice light blue. Just makes it look a little bit better. Now this isn't proper watercolor paint, so it's paper, so it's not as awesome as it could be. Let's see what this blue's like though. I'm going to get a bit of this blue and just pop him in there. Just add a little bit of effect. Yeah, you can see that the paper is not liking that too much, but just add a little bit of variation. This is the beauty about watercolor pencils. You can actually use them like paints. There's no way I could color in this at the moment because the paper's wet. I would rip it. So I'm just using the brush and a bit of water to add a bit of darker blue around the sloth to provide a bit of interest through here. Once that dries, that's going to look pretty good. If I go over the same area too much and it's thin paper, it can rip. So just be mindful of that. Okay, I hope you enjoyed drawing the sloth with me. If you did, make sure you like the video, subscribe to my channel for future characters and tips and reviews about products. Look forward to seeing you next time. Bye for now.